Hello, 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 chatters. What's up?
Hi, guys.
What's up, peoples?
I hope you're all excited today, because today I made a slideshow.
You brought out the slideshow again.
This week was mostly quiet until the past couple days, and then it just kind of exploded.
Yes.
A lot
Also,
of different things exploded.
really quick, Crazy Koala Man, thank you for the 5 months membership. And Avenge, thank you for the early $20 before we started.
With the dancing Doge samurai with a #1 flag. That looks like culturally inappropriate.
Good.
It's on YouTube, so they think it's okay.
YouTube finds it appropriate.
Yep.
There was actually, chat, a ton of crazy stuff this week. But we are kind of focusing in on just two things. One, because it's a crazy crash out, and it's actually very funny. And the other, because I don't like the person.
Yeah, the person is kind of, like during her first drama, it was stupid. I'm muting her account. I don't want to see this. Lumi, give Arch his channel back? No, I'm not.
Hey, chat. Lumi has shared uploading. The fact that another man will give her the ability to upload to his channel, that's pretty cool.
Oh, also, chat. Super exciting, since we already had some super chats in. Google finally decided to accept my tax information, so we're actually getting paid now.
Again, congratulations.
Well, it's to you guys too. It was the whole channel. It was my channel and the Underthetea one. Nobody was getting paid from it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair, but just still, congratulations.
Yeah, I have chat. I've been fighting with Google on this for 5 or 6 months now, and I have called every number Google has available, and every department tells me that you have to talk to the AdSense department, but they're not allowed to transfer anybody to them. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I have to talk to AdSense, but I'm not allowed to speak to them, and nobody can get me there. Also, yes, for those of you who don't know and who are Americans, we have all allegedly been promised a $5,000 refund for poor government spending.
Yeah, basically, Doge is going to evaluate how much money they've saved, and tax-paying Americans will get $5,000.
I'd be so happy.
We will see if that's true or not, but that wouldn't make my year, literally.
Yeah. Hi, Don. Hey, is this the LumiCast? No, this is Underthetea. This is the podcast with me, Occo, and Mizu. We talk about VTuber drama and other stupid shit that happens over here.
Yeah.
The LumiCast is exclusively for when I take over Arch's channel. In the first Lumi...
Oh, go ahead.
The next LumiCast has been funded, and it is scheduled for March. And Arch is starting the funding for the next LumiCast after that one.
Chat, we're not trying to get our hopes up for any magical $5,000 rebate, although we would like it, because all of us have kind of agreed we have loans and bills we would spend it on.
Yeah, I'd pay off a credit card and then put the rest of it into savings.
I'd pay off a loan I had when I first started VTubing. Does Lumi have any loans she would pay off?
I don't have any loans because I don't believe in loans, and credit cards are evil. But I can use it for down payment for a new apartment because this one kind of sucks.
Based. That would be cool.
Not a bad idea, honestly.
But we can't get ourselves hopes up, chat. Because we actually would spend that money on important things and not just gifts for ourselves.
Exactly. That's what the tax refund is for.
I'm happy. My federal tax returns got approved, and I'm getting my refund in the next few days.
I still need to do mine because of all the business shit. I'm gathering all of my receipts right now. Got to go to PayPal and some bank accounts, but other than that, that'll be fun. I'm not excited.
Make things worse for me because of income-based rent. A tax rebate like that would not actually be considered income. I'm not sure how your rent works. I'm obviously not gonna talk down to you. You know your stuff more than me. But income, that doesn't count as income. Neither do gifts or tips. Well, I mean, gifts specifically. Tips soon won't count as income.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He said he wanted to do it, but it's yet to be seen if it'll actually happen.
Yes.
I think he's taking care of all the big important things first.
I'm honestly surprised that stuff is getting done at all.
I know, but this is not a political podcast. We'll talk about this another day on one of our own channels. But all I'll say is that there's a lot of happy people.
You know what? I could talk about that with Amalgamate tomorrow.
I'm just waiting for them to crack open Fort Knox and find out somebody stole all the gold years ago. Like out of a James Bond movie.
And that's why we're not backed by the gold standard anymore.
That was an actual James Bond movie, right? Like there was a heist in Fort Knox or something? I'm pretty sure.
I think so. Maybe.
I know that was in one of the games for sure, because it was on the GameCube and me and my cousin played it, because it was the most violent game we were allowed to own.
Yeah.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if you guys have ever played any of the James Bond games, but for a game entirely about super spies killing people the entire time, they are surprisingly not that violent. At least, I wouldn't say not that violent. They're not that, like, gory. They tend to be very child-friendly as far as shooters go. Other than the sex.
Of course.
In every game, there's, like, one sex scene. Except the N64 one. Goldfinger? Yes, thank you. We played it 100 times over because my parents didn't really let me play violent games for the longest time until my dad discovered Call of Duty. Then that's all we all played. God, I missed that. Like, me, my dad, and my brother would do split-screen co-op with Call of Duty together. Those were the days, chat.
See, I didn't get to play games with guns in them until I was an adult.
Yeah. I didn't get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because my mom thought it was satanic.
Technically it is, though.
Well, no, it's about the Egyptian gods.
Monsters?
No, she just thought it was satanic and it was against God's will. Surprisingly, even though she thought that, she never believed in the whole, like, Pokemon teaches evolution thing. So I was allowed to play Pokemon all the time. I owned every single game.
Oh, that's funny.
It was just weird to me that she would be, like, very religious about... Like, as an adult now, looking back on it, it's like, it's weird you were, like, super upset about that, but you never got swept up in the Pokemon thing. Because that was huge for a while. Speaking of Spies and the new Totally Spies, apparently Jerry has a daughter, and she's a black. We talked about this last night during the fetish stream.
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Totally Spies is a fetish show.
Oh, that's the one with the girls, right?
Yeah, the three girls, Sam, Clover, and Alex. And I watched every single episode as a kid, and I obviously had no idea there were fetishes in it.
Same.
But now as an adult, you watch some of those episodes, and it's like, yeah.
It's like, holy fuck.
That guy was into feet.
Yeah. And also, for everyone in chat, don't worry, the fetish stream will be taken off of members only in 2 weeks.
Yep. Otherwise, you could become a member and watch it right now.
Sigrun for 5. Oddly enough, Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually now has a lot of Christian iconography on both sides. One day I need to force you to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate it.
There's a difference there.
Yeah, I played, Yu-Gi-Oh! Released a game on Steam called, like, Master Duel. And it is the worst card game I have ever played in my life. I played 10 matches in a row, and every single match, the person beat me in 2 turns. And I literally sat for like 10 minutes while they were taking their turn, because they just kept going and going and going. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to play this anymore. This is a dumb game.
Temp said you 3 made me make an F list. We didn't make you do anything, Temp.
I looked at it.
You chose to make an F list.
Yeah.
Is he more vanilla than all of us?
Not necessarily.
Fair.
Is he still more vanilla than I am?
Yes. Very. Very.
By like half? Or by like a little more than half?
More than half.
Okay.
Totally Spies is a bastion of French animation. No, that's Code Lyoko and Oben Star Racer. And Wakfu.
Oh, Wakfu's great.
The most I've seen of like the Wakfu animation is the drunk girl that like everybody posts every couple months.
Yeah, the drunk girl. She's just an elf to me. The drunk elf is fucking great.
I've talked about this before. I love the French accent as long as you're not speaking French.
Yeah.
If you're speaking
Everyone is
any
more
other
vanilla
language,
than
you're
Lumi.
good. Yeah, Lumi said yes to like half the list on there.
The total amount of kinks that I said yes or favorite to was like, what was it, 336.
It's on here somewhere. Because I took a picture of it. 336 for Lumi, 223 for Occo, and 219 for me. 18.
Jeez.
Nice.
Do it, Dama. Want to see how much Mizu has broken you? Dama's broken me, if anything. You guys just
What did
don't
Dama
know
do to
these
you?
people like I do.
Tell me where Dama touched you.
Everywhere.
I could make a priest joke, but I'm not going to.
The drunk Wakfu elf does things for me. I used to make priest jokes all the time about Dama. Like, as soon as we got on stream, I'd be like, oh yeah, the priest is bringing on their little boy. Every stream.
How dark
Did
was
y'all
Occo?
use the F-list chart? Yes.
To be fair, chat, other than Lumi's Guro thing, which I think everybody knows about, none of us had like any particularly dark things.
Yeah.
Turns out Mizu is the Saiso one. I'm not the Saiso one. People would argue that some of the stuff I liked was more extreme than anything Occo liked.
I mean, in the stuff that Occo liked that, you know, probably thought that we would be like surprised about was not surprising in the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all pretty much guessed Occo's list.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little bit.
I hope Moose Man hydrates well. Did you all use
Yeah,
the
bas-
F-list
yeah.
chart? Yes, we did, because it was just easier that way.
No, Occo's into dark and big things. Yes.
Speaking of dark and big things, somebody sent me an email, unprompted,
Oh,
unsolicited. I'm not gonna read the email because it like bothers the shit out of me. But like, they were just like asking me questions, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of glad that I'm scaling back these kinds of things.
Oh,
you mentioned it, so of course the emails are gonna start flowing towards you.
I don't need like I don't care. People send me these emails, I'm just gonna like mute them. And I will not give any attention to any more outside of this. But it just kind of was like, I read it and I was like, I can't believe somebody took the time to grab my email from my YouTube and then email me about this.
I mean, it's like somebody decided for like sporadically for about 6 months, send me some schizo posts on how they think Vidal and Neurosama are like hackers and everything, trying to track him down. And I'm just like, what? I obviously saved every email because it was hilarious.
I can actually one-up your email, by the way, Occo.
Can you?
So I made a account on a site that should not be named because Rage will get mad at me if I say it again. Literally 2 hours after I posted about making it, somebody on there sent me a message with a list of clothes and a list of adult entertainment devices. And they said, so if I buy you all of these, how much extra will it be for a private call on Discord?
Oh yeah, you can have this one.
Yeah, Mizu ones.
There was a list.
Don't get Finster groomed.
And the other thing, because I didn't tell you to this, I'll send you a picture of it later. Do you remember that is like GG Maiden Slayer or something on Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
No.
He sent me, well, he was going around like yelling at people, saying like he was gonna destroy them and all this like cringy kid stuff. And he sent me another message like 2 days ago And I'd never deleted his message or blocked him because I really don't care. It didn't bother me. But it was like this really long message that was like, "Hi, I'm really sorry for the things I said. My behavior was extremely childish and inappropriate," and like all this other stuff. I was like, oh, I don't really know how to react to that. Because like you were genuinely kind of crazy and schizo. I don't know how to react to an apology.
It's like, I don't like him because of two reasons. One, he hurt Nacho and other people that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
And two, apparently he's a fucking pedo. So, like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole fucking, like, call-out campaign against him that people were, you know, ignoring because he's a smaller dude, but it all started when he participated in that, like, singing competition that Billion was hosting. And
I think I remember this guy.
It took the mods, like, forever to kick him out of the server and everything. I know, who is that commentator that deleted all their stuff? Hopeless Peaches made a video.
I was just surprised because he sent me an apology, and I was like, I don't really know what to do with this. Because, you know, it's one of those things where, like, they were so bad, you're like, I just never want to interact with you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like,
people.
I mean, you did apologize. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let me, where are you going to talk about the mullet guy and Chud Logic vid on GB Reviews?
The mullet guy's tomorrow.
Yeah, mullet guy's
Mullet
tomorrow
guy.
is on Mizu stream.
Yeah.
And
What are you guys
Chud Logic,
talking about?
I don't even know who that is.
The wee woo guy.
Wee woo.
How do you not remember wee woo? That was
Are you talking
crazy.
about like
It's because Occo wasn't in the stream with us. We were the only two talking about it.
I know,
yeah,
but
you
I thought
guys were
Occo
the only ones
watched it.
talking about it. I was having a ban. No, that wasn't Bandman. That was when I was watching Breaking Bad.
Fair.
Yeah, it was Cal Does Life. He made that video on Lollygod Requiem and then he deleted the video shortly after our stream.
That will always be
Okay.
funny. It's like literally 2 hours later.
I do remember that.
It's been up
And
for
then
like a
part
week
two-
too.
No, it's like the video wasn't even up for a week. It was up for like 3 days with like I think 14,000 views and everyone agreeing with him.
It had to have been us. 100%.
So you're doing another stream like that tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Fun.
I think it was a mix between us and since Auntie has also a larger platform on Twitter with his stuff blowing up as well. I think it was a combined effort of the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
Well, I will say, if you do a video on Chud Logic, you will probably bring down the commentary community.
I don't even know who Chud Logic is. I never even talked about him before.
Also,
He's
the
a Brit
commentary
bong.
community is gay.
Yes, it is.
He's a Brit bong that I made a video. In my opinion, it was not really my best segment because it was during a subathon with Royan, and basically saying how xenophobic he was because of how he treated anime. But yeah, he's just one of those individuals where if you talk about him or react to him, like half a dozen other people are going to react to him already or react to what you say. Because I had Queeman, who also reacted to you guys, react to my video. And then I guess Papa Gut reacted to my video. And everybody's asking me if I'm going to like do a reaction of a reaction. And I don't really feel like doing that because that just sounds gay. To react to a react. But yeah, it's one of those things where if you do, just understand that all of the commentary community might start paying attention to you because he's one of the. I mean, fair enough.
You know I'm an attention whore.
Yes,
You're
I know
an
you are
attention whore. And it's like, okay, I was told this when I decided to just yap in Arch's stream today. But apparently, it's something about what the fuck are they called? Kino Casino or something like that?
Casino, yeah.
Talked about me and Mizu, I guess?
Ooh,
When?
really? What?
What?
We were on the
I
Kino
don't
Casino.
know when. I was never given a link or anything, but I guess it was probably about the Earth updates thing.
Bro.
Look at me
I'm
moving
kind of-
up in the world.
Well, yeah. I mean, like,
I mean, we were also called, like, you know, pedophiles for liking lolicon, so.
yeah, well, yeah, that is about right for Nikino Casino because PPP and Andy Worski like to throw that around.
Yeah, I don't know when it was. I forgot who in Arch's chat said it, but it was during one of their streams.
Mm-hmm. Sparky says that Chud deserves to be ignored, and I'm kind of inclined to agree. He's just one of those guys where he is looking for attention, and replying to him is giving him the attention he wants.
Hi, sir. Here's that intention you ordered.
I mean, if you do it, go for it. You guys are better equipped to talk about Lolicon than I am, so I'm just not going to... I'm not going to do standalone videos on that shit ever. I'll talk about it on here, but not really on my own stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. Wasn't Gator part of it? Part of what? It's like the only thing I remember from that comment that I was told, we were called pedophiles for liking lolly, like flamenco or whatever.
Oh yeah, because Flamenco liked a Shotokan comic. Oh, what was it called? Boy Soprano.
Oh no, how terrible. Anyways.
Have you read Boy Soprano?
No.
Oh. Apparently, it might be something that's up your alley. It's about two girls that like coerce a boy into becoming a girl, basically. And
nice.
they yeah. I love how you
Is it Gator part of Kino Casino? I don't know.
No, Gator is Gator does not like Kino Casino, and they
I
don't
thought
like
DSP
them.
was part of it.
That would be funny.
Or did they adopt DSP for a little bit? I don't remember.
They did adopt DSP for a little bit. I believe they did it as a troll, though.
It's giving DSP any type of attention is just giving him fuel to keep going with his pathetic life.
Yeah, and people kind of flamed them for that, being like, why are you giving DSP attention? He's not somebody you should give attention to, but it was just like, whatever. All I'm saying is, if you are okay with giving those people attention, go at it. But it will definitely get a lot of pushback.
No, I don't give a shit about these people because I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I just don't care about any of them, really.
No, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
I care about them in the sense that some of the stuff they do is so dumb it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like Andy
I
getting
agree.
arrested for thinking he can just pull guns on people in America.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I do like some of their opinions. It's just, for the most part, I can agree with a lot of their opinions. It's just one or two things where it's just like, man, you're wrong, and I know you're wrong. But otherwise, I can agree with you on almost everything else.
I don't watch content like that because people get annoying.
Yeah, true.
That's
I mean,
fair.
the Ken Ashcore song for Andy Worski is good.
Yes, it is. We played it once or twice.
We have, and I think that's more because I really like Ken Ashcore.
He needs to make it. One day we'll make him make a song about us.
I would kill for a Ken Ashcore song about me.
Mm-hmm.
I like all his Twitter posts. Mostly because he posts lots of porn of his panda girl. Only good for their iDubbbz content? What iDubbbz content?
Oh yeah, they do talk about iDubbbz and how much of a cuck iDubbbz has become, and I do agree that iDubbbz has become quite the cucked individual.
That's boring after a while, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
it
just say
definitely
iDubbbz
which
is cringe and walk away.
No,
That-
isn't he
yeah.
doing another creator clash though, but full of
Yes.
people that no one cares about?
Yes, he is, and I might talk about that again tomorrow with Amalgamate, because I talked about it with Bandmim, but I kind of want to do some more in-depth coverage about it as well. But yes, he is doing another creator clash, and the biggest people on the ticket is two of the people from the Dream SMP. But otherwise, he is not fighting this time because he has decided that it is not worth it for him to fight anymore, so he's not going to.
Yeah, I see.
But like, yeah,
Probably
the-
too
the
much
people-
soy. His bones would break.
something like that. He does have what's his name? Epic Mealtime coming back for a third time.
Really scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
Yeah, he is. I think Dad is coming back again too.
Honestly, I think scraping the bottom of the barrel is when you say we're bringing on someone from Dream SMP that's not Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's called Dream SMP.
I don't think they specifically called it Dream SMP. I'm just saying it because I don't know their names and I know they're connected with Dream SMP.
I've only ever heard it referred to as Dream SMP, and that's all you need to know about it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about
Junie.
anyone else involved in it.
You ask Junie and she'll tell you because she's a Minecraft zoomer.
And the only thing I know about Dream, other than the fact that he like takes weird pictures to try and make his chin look bigger because he's very self-conscious about his jawline,
About his jaw. Yeah.
is that he got screamed at and called a pedophile by the Amazing World of Gumball voice actor in the back
that
of a
was
van.
a classic. That's a classic video right there.
I don't care if it was true or not. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, especially when I found out it was the guy that voiced fucking Gumball on Cartoon Network.
It's kind of surreal, man. You like these, and I never watched Gumball. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but watching a cartoon character that I know a lot of kids grew up and loved, just screaming in the back of a taxi, calling Dream a pedophile. It's just like,
What Twilight
what
Zone
world am I
episode is
living
this?
in? Yeah.
I'm sorry we're distracting you guys from the main content. I was hoping to like let some more people pull in here because I know some of you kind of take a little bit to drop in, and I don't want any of you to miss the fun part. Even though somebody would argue what we were talking about was already the fun part.
No, yeah, I love talking about this kind of stuff.
But because somebody already mentioned that it's weird that I put part 2 on the thumbnail, I put part 2 because we briefly did discuss this person. Not like super in-depth, but we did briefly discuss them. Because when someone we were talking about before called Small Lola had quit, this person was believed to be them. Which... Lumi is convinced that she is not Small Lola. But
I do not believe so, because it's like I was listening to the very, very little bit of content that this person actually put out, and then listened to more of Lola's stuff since she's actually been streaming. It's like they sound similar, but the pitches are different, and the tonality is a bit different as well.
Yeah, I am willing to take Lumi's word on this one. But I find it super weird that they actually have very similar MOs.
They have similar MOs, their names are similar.
They're both accused of copying the same person.
Yeah, it's like Lola's name is now Lola Nyaz or something like that. And then this is Finnya.
They also, Finnya showed up literally the week Lola had quit. So it definitely did not help their case. When the accusations were the same, the MOs were the same. But there is no, like, direct evidence that they're the same person.
It's like, I hope it's not Lola, because she's actually doing fairly well for herself now. She has a little dedicated community. She finally unlocked her account. And she's streaming and everything, so it's like I think she would nuke whatever goodwill that was left if this was actually her.
Yeah. It's just very awkward that they're so similar.
Yeah, but granted, we're not beating the C-tubers are the worst type of people ever. Accusations.
Oh no, absolutely not. We are all horrible people here.
Yeah, I don't know how our people keep getting in these situations.
Our people.
But chat, I made us a cute little
said something very bad.
Bad Occo. I made us a cute little what do you call it? Slideshow.
Slideshow.
Like I copied my Lord and Savior armchair man.
Only you didn't. We're not going to spend 5 hours doing this because you only have like 13, 14 instead of like 110.
I appreciate Armchairs Man's very long streams.
Me too.
Same.
I'm a long stream enjoyer.
I
It-
listened to
it's-
some of his stuff. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. It's like it's bad that in my only long stream that is comparable to armchairs was the Pokemusu Smasher Pass.
Oh gosh, that one.
It was 7.5 hours long.
Yeah. I wish I could have stayed for most of that, but like I did have an obligation to stream for my people.
Hey, you stayed for the best part, which was accidentally showing hentai. So
Yeah. And now nobody's going to let that go.
nope.
And one day,
Is
Lumi will
like-
get in trouble for it.
It's fine. I demonetized the stream right away.
Did you take it out?
I blurred it twice over, so you can't
that's
see it.
technically yeah, you did take it out then.
But, chat, so you can see in the background here, I kind of did the same thing with the Marina thing, which is why I did it again, because it's such a good visual. This is all one Twitter post. And you
Yep.
can't see half of it. Part of it is below the screen, so I just kind of did it this way. So think about everything you see here, you're missing half the post. Maybe not
Yeah.
half, maybe like 1/4, 1/3-ish.
They got us on a cracker.
Yeah, it was a
And
big
it's-
post.
And it's like, we apologize ahead of time, guys. Her first crash out post from last night was deleted before anybody could archive it. But if someone happens to have screenshots or an archive of the main crash out, please let us know on the T Twitter. Not T Twitter, T Discord. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we don't use the T Twitter anymore.
I find it funny how Mizu predicted that would happen. What did I predict? I'm dumb. I don't know about myself. What did I do?
Mizu predicts a lot of things that happen, horrifyingly enough.
I'm an oracle, as they say.
You're an oracle.
Oh my gosh.
I just choose to use my powers for evil instead of good. For my own personal entertainment.
Sounds about right.
But, so I will say, chat, that to a degree, I kind of believe that people were being unfair to Finnya when this started. And I've already told Lumi and Occo this, and I said it in my own tweet when I first talked about it. But what kind of kicked it off was like this one random post about, for those of you who don't know, somebody called Sukia made basically like a mass-produced model. It was a very nice model, but it was one of those that you could just buy, and a whole bunch of people started buying it. There's just a bunch of random controversy around it. Maybe we'll talk about it. But all Finnya said about it was, I'm all for the new customizable model. It's gorgeous, and I want her too. But it's being so overused, and now you all look the same. It's like I keep seeing the same person on my timeline. And she had like cute little emojis mixed in with it. And for me, I don't think this is that like controversial.
It's like it's not that bad, but also I've just learned over the amount of time I've seen VTuber posts. Usually the little emojis mixed in, they're usually just being assholes or malicious. I don't trust anybody who uses emojis in their posts.
I use emojis in my post.
I use emojis in my although I use my emojis in my post.
Bless you.
I'm gonna have another one in a minute.
There's a difference between your tism creature and Mizu, I just know how you type. But like it's like with her past controversy, that's like the only time she ever pops up in anyone's
Bless you.
timeline.
Thank
Bless you. I knew that this was probably just for, attention, since there was already a lot of heat around people commenting about the model.
I mean, maybe. For me, this is one of those things, if I saw it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. That's a fair point.
I recognized her and it was a red flag immediately.
I did not. Because I don't keep track of people I don't like. Unless I
It's
don't
like-
like them for a funny reason.
No, it's like, it's not like I keep track of them. It's like, okay, I forget things very quickly, but I think it's just because of my woman brain. If I don't like somebody, I will memorize.
Woman brain.
Yes, because I will hold the most minute grudges, and it's like, oh, this bitch again.
See,
that type of thing. And
I have a small list of people that I keep track of, particularly because I just find them funny, and one of them being the Nemesis. And then there's just a handful of other people that I'm just like, you know what, they fill me with such mirth that I will follow up with them just to see what they say, and I've never been disappointed.
yeah, and it's like, I don't know. For everything else that is probably important, I will forget within 20 minutes. If someone slights me just like in the most minute way, or I don't like how they post, it's like a photographic memory and I'll remember everything that they've ever posted. Again, I think it's the woman brain.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
But I took a picture of this person's tweet because this person, I think, had one of like the biggest tweets about them. And all they said was 0-10 rage bait. Genuinely, what was the point of saying this out loud? You can't insult Suki and her 100 of hours of hard work, then compliment her to save face. Less than 1% of VTubers have this model. You're seeing it a lot because it's new and good. Let people enjoy it.
It's like a new doll that came out. So it's like understandable. And it's like
American Girl doll.
It's like I have been seeing like work in progress posts of Suki's model. I just never put 2 and 6 together. And it's like, yeah, she has been working on this for a very long time, and it's a super cheap model too.
How much is it?
So it's like,
I think it was like 100 something.
$150.
That's not bad.
And people have been editing textures of the model and everything to make it more unique to them.
Mhm.
Some people are recreating their models with that one just to show like, hey, look, you can make this even more unique by doing this, this, and this.
Right.
I will say, this specific person, I read through a lot of their other posts. Super cringe. Could not have like a rational discussion with a single person in the comments and just kept like trying to flame everybody.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Mizu person?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Like, people that made good points, they'd either ignore them completely or they would reply to them with something that didn't make sense at all. Like, they almost, if you read through their posts, they almost seem schizophrenic.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is a good chunk of just people on Twitter in general. They're all just schizophrenic.
Fair.
And it's like, for as much as this Finya's thing really spiraled and very interesting and funny to watch, I wish people would call out like the actual people who were taking this new model and re-uploading it and sharing the files on scraping sites.
Yeah,
because it's
there's,
already
like-
on at least 6 of
I
them.
heard about that.
There's literally a million other things you could have called out related to this Sukia thing, and they chose probably the most inoffensive thing they could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I seen in every single post, there was like 3 throwaway accounts that was posting the link to the model for free.
Really?
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, yes.
Oh, that would be so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and people seem to care about like stuff like Finnya more than that, and it's like, why? I don't understand. Like, there's a bunch of
And it's like-
thieves, there's a bunch of people harassing Sukia because they don't have black hairstyles, quote unquote. Like,
I
there's,
heard about that.
yeah, like, there's so many things you could have addressed, and you're like, nah, Finya's saying that too many people bought it, and there's too samey looking now. That's the real issue here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So people were actually getting mad that this model wasn't black enough for some people.
Yes.
Yes.
There was also a couple people that were upset that it didn't have fat options.
I'm glad it doesn't have fat options.
But it's like, did you see
as
that
a fat
people
phobic person, I'm glad it doesn't have fat options.
people were also saying that what was it? When she does add options for like POC hair, then how are we going to address people using it inappropriately and whatever and blah 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 blah.
Well, this is why that stuff doesn't get added, because nobody can deal with having nice things.
It's
Yeah.
like you like have an add-on pack or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Not BIPOC friendly enough, exactly.
And that's why a lot of people just at some point say they don't want to make models for that side of the community because they can't ever do it enough. There's always
It's
going to be like
never
a
enough.
complaint.
Yeah.
So a lot of Japanese artists will be like, I'm just not touching it. I've seen how much harassment happens when people don't do it right, so I'd just rather not.
Yeah, wasn't Tenma's model also leaked? A lot of people's VTuber models get leaked onto these scrape sites.
But with a lot of the bigger ones, if you like actually try and use it, you're gonna have like the hammer of God come down on you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like, I know what happened to one of the Akio Air girls, because I even seen it.
Yeah.
It was the link to the model download files was on 4chan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about par for the course, honestly.
But granted, that's probably like holy justice at that point, because no one's going to use that model anymore. So fuck that corpo.
Fair. But so this post, as well as a whole bunch of other posts, led to the first off, it led to the crash out, which we don't have the crash out. I'm sorry. They got deleted so fast, and nobody. No, we have the hospital. That's different.
Oh, okay.
There was a crash out post after this, and nobody saved it. Unfortunately, I've seen like bits and pieces of it. But after the crash out got deleted, her quote-unquote friend posted that she was in the hospital, and posted this giant like essay of her being in the hospital. Would either of you like to read the friend's hospital post?
I haven't read anything for us for a while, so I can.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Hello, as Finya's friend, I'm stepping up. She was hospitalized last night due to extreme stress and burnout coming from different factors in her life, but you didn't help. I haven't read this, by the way. You're destroying her, and she's allowing it because this is her dream. She's always come back, quote unquote, stronger, which is a mask. Every single comment you made about her, she read it. She bookmarks hate posts and constantly checks for new comments about her. This isn't the first witch hunt on her, but this was the final drop in her mental health and well-being. If you'd be so kind as to remove them, it would mean a lot to both her and her family. Everyone makes mistakes. She made a poor choice of words due to a language boundary. Before anything, I'd like to state I'm not a native speaker either. So wait, is she saying that she's not a native speaker? Okay. Her poor choice of words does not justify the hundreds of hate posts, comments, and private messages she has received. If you really think she posted it with malicious intent, take a look in the mirror and think of your posts or comments about her. Were they needed? Were they also malicious intended? You can't sit here making malicious posts and say they are not, or she deserved it / did it herself. She's not behind your keyboard. You are. Don't be hateful and justify your acts. Be better. Kindness is free. In contrast, what she said wasn't bad compared to your posts or comments. Oh my gosh, it continues. Saying she should shut up if she can't say anything nice is quite a hypocrite, as you had the option to shut up as well about her or just scroll past and dim. People are very quick to
take a breath if you need it.
Yeah, let me get some water here.
You're starting to stumble over your words a little bit.
I am, just a little bit. People are very quick at spreading hate without knowing someone on their actual intent. You jump on a bandwagon of hate against her, which is the actual rage bait, not what she posted. You see the hate reaching numbers, you see the hate trending, so you quickly jump on it too, as if it's a preppy trend. We see this happen all the time to all types of content creators. She's at a breaking point where she doesn't want to return to the community. We will support her no matter what her decision is, but hope that this will blow over and she'll be back to her old self soon. She deserves to chase her dreams just like you. She hasn't slandered you or voiced her opinion on you. While I know most of you have had drama before too, Finnya has been nothing but kind and accepting to everyone in her community. She's been too kind, in fact. Think about how you felt when you were the one being aimed at, and stop doing it to others. This is classic bully behavior. You aim all your negativity and hate towards someone else because you're scared it would be aimed at you otherwise. Holy shit, this continues on. She didn't mean it to come across the way and apologized. Instead of moving on, people have made it a witch hunt and made sure to include her past issues on this platform, as well as the AI usage, which she addressed, and it was an honest mistake, and being a copy of another VTuber Really quickly, I believe this is her specifically because of how many detailed things that they're bringing up in the past. Like, I believe that a friend could probably know about this, but this is like very specific stuff here.
And it's like, I don't know if Mizu and like, I forget if Mizu included these screenshots in the post, but someone with hyperautism, and you never want someone with hyperautism.
I do
to
have the
look at
hyperautism.
Okay, I
Don't
won't spoil
it.
I won't spoil that. Anyways, all I'll say is that the hyperautistic people got to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This one in particular is getting old, and I'm pretty sure many of you are sick of hearing it. Some of you forget that what you are spreading is false, hurtful, and she is a human just like you. You voice your harmful opinion about her publicly on a post about her because you think you can get away with it. Everyone is doing it, so why can't you? That is how you keep justifying, knowing that what you're doing there is worse than her poor choice of words. What if you're allowed to voice the very negative opinions on her, make posts about her you claim aren't malicious, but the intent is clear? She was not allowed to state her opinion on an item. She loves the item and was excited to buy it with her next paycheck. She wants to support the creator. She stated the fact about the item which she intended could have been kept to herself, but you're honest, you're yourself. Many of you stopped scrolling on X for a while because it's all you see. She didn't mean any harm. I'm sorry to those who felt hurt, but you're hurt about her stating a fact she could have kept to herself. Imagine how hurt she is feeling right now. The directed constant hate over the past few months, while she hasn't done anything wrong. Cancel culture and witch hunting is the new norm. What happened to becoming a VTuber to have fun? You should be ashamed as a community that has become the state. Thank you to everyone who has and is supporting her through this. Let's flood her with love and support. Help her keep going. She's worth it. That is not a friend.
Okay, one, there's no VTuber community. And two, unfortunately, if you want to try to take this full time, there's no doing it for fun, and there's unfortunately no such thing or very little actual friends in this sphere. And also from what I was sent by my little, birds that like to find me things. She is she's a little parasocial with her Discord. Because she's like, oh, I don't see you guys just as my friends or my Discord members. I see you guys as my close friends. All of you guys are my friends here. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, she's getting a little parasocial there.
Side note, I don't think you should call them little birds. I think you should call them little sea bunnies.
No, my sea bunnies are my good supporters. Maybe moray eels, since they're the ones hiding in the crevices.
Oh, fair enough.
They're my eels. There we go.
Your eels.
Yeah.
I'd call them my dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh,
no!
They squeak and make noises.
No, not dolphins! They rape people too often. Stop!
Actually, I'm not going to say that.
But this was her supposed hospital visit, which a lot of people don't believe she actually went to the hospital. First off, I don't have like a good picture of it on here, but she supposedly got admitted to the hospital for something related to stress and anxiety and was released in like 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know how Belgian mental hospitals are, but at least the one that I went to, if you're crashing out that hard, you at least stay for overnight, or they require you to stay for a week.
Yeah, it's I'm just not 100% sure I buy it. Along with just, Occo already mentioned it, like all the constant details about herself and her past and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, maybe a friend knows that happened. Doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna remember it all off like the top of their head, right?
No. I mean, like, because like, and Lumi, maybe you would know more of this than I do, but like, if somebody gets admitted to a mental hospital, are you able to like visit them for long periods of time and then just like text all of this in front of them? Because
I wasn't allowed visitors, and I only got like 10 minutes on my cell phone a day.
Really?
Yes.
I don't
But
think
that
that
was-
could be
that
written in
was-
10 minutes.
That was after the first 3 days of being admitted, though.
Uh-huh.
But we will get into it in a minute. There's a lot of other things that people thought was a little sus about this message, other than just, you know, the time frame. But her friend comes back, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours later, to make another post and say, Finnya will be fine. She's burnt out, but missing her friends, returning home, and will get professional help to help her deal with stress and anxiety from here on. Like mentioned, this is a burnout due to several factors in her life. Finnya doesn't hide her struggles as a single mother of a son with a disability. We will talk about that later. She's a great mother and does all she can for those who need her. Recently, she's been struggling more in her home situation for reasons I can't disclose. VTubing is a way for her to escape reality, and you can't take that away from her. We're grateful for the nice comments. She promised to be back on the server. We have been actively blocking all accounts who've been engaging on negative posts about her, and will continue and will encourage her strongly to do the same and not interact or react to people who are trying to get to her. I apologize for doing this on her behalf.
You know, it's like not getting into the nitty-gritty with some of these things. You can just tell with a very sudden shift of typing style that it's like, okay, it went from some broken English, or quote-unquote broken English, in the first post, and now it's very clear and concise.
You're right. What the fuck?
Sorry, what was that? I got kind of zoned out.
In that slide, it sounds very clear and concise. There's no broken English in there anywhere. And it's all very nicely punctuated.
So we'll get around to that in the hyperautism. But there's only a couple specific things that she fucks up in English. Which is why it's weird that the friend also fucks up those specific things in English.
And also, don't forget, everybody, when she said, well, when the quote-unquote friend says VTubing is a way for her to escape reality, she doesn't create content. She has no streams on Twitch. She has a couple of TikToks. And that's about it.
She's a V-tweeter then.
She's a V-tweeter. She's a certified V-tweeter. And I have opinions on other things with her just being a V-tweeter as well. But we'll get to that after we're done with the nice little slideshow.
Mercenary for 10. Insanity is real. Pizza Hut employees saw me in a red hat and called me a Yahtzee supporter. Owner would not let me leave the store until I was lectured for why Orange Man is bad. And Mercenary for $2. I was in the middle of a delivery. FFS was late now. Sucks,
it's
bro.
okay, Mercenary. You're fine.
Was it an actual MAGA hat, or was it just a red hat?
It was just a red hat.
It was just a red hat. That's insane.
But
okay, Occo, you gotta understand, Mercenary is stuck in California, so.
This is fair.
Anyway, don't let yourselves get off track.
Okay.
Sorry, it was a super chat. We have to whore for the money.
I know. But, so the first thing I touched on, chat, in my beautiful slides, is the accusations that she is a fake mother. And Lumi kind of got into this a little bit as well. But, this person, Yumi, started posting about her being a fake mother, how she believes she's a fake mother. And she has 2 screenshots here, which I have bigger on my next slide. She says, lol, what? You mean she adopted a developmentally disabled child into poverty? No way, right? The rabbit hole keeps getting worse. By the way, it is confirmed by Finnya herself that if the child does exist, if we posit that the child is real, that they are adopted. So this thing, Yumi also brings up this, and this is Google, so, you know, I guess take it with a grain of salt, but as far as I can tell, this is accurate. She can't adopt, she's 24 and can't afford more than ramen and bread, she doesn't qualify. Finnya openly acknowledges they live in Belgium, and in Belgium, you have to be 25 years old in order to adopt. Finnya only very recently turned 25. This is public info. Nobody's doxed her. So just so we're clear, I'm not doxing anybody. This is public info from her.
Didn't she say that it was her 25th birthday?
Yes.
It was her 25th birthday back in November. And it's like I decided to go to some Belgian adoption websites just to look at all the details. And they are one of the most strict countries that I have seen for adoptions.
Yeah, so this is somebody who openly says that they can't afford to eat more than like ramen and bread, and they are under the age, which you have to be. They were under the age, which you have to be to adopt in Belgium, and supposedly they have adopted a child.
Did they mention how old the child, how old the child was
7.
when? Oh.
Supposedly.
Oh.
So it's like I don't believe that any credible adoption agency, unless she like bought this child from some random dude in an alleyway, would adopt a severely disabled child.
Yeah.
To her.
Supposedly the child has a severe disability. I did not, I wasn't able to look into specifically what she claims it is.
Hyperautism, nonverbal, still wears diapers and sits in strollers.
At 7.
Yes.
Well, I could
How do they only do
that.
streaming? That's the fun part, chat. They don't.
Yeah, she doesn't stream. She doesn't do anything.
Unless she deletes every single video as soon as it's done, there's no proof that she's streaming.
No, she has never streamed before.
If the child is real, wouldn't the hospital visit affect the situation? That's another point, yeah. But here is the evidence that in this first image that Yumi provides that they say kind of proves that they're lying. The first one is they did one of these like CISO check things, which these are popular among some VTubers to like give some of their background. And she says in it that she has never had sex and she's never had a boyfriend or girlfriend, which that alone would automatically make it like this kid has to be adopted. Like she did not have immaculate conception. She's not the Virgin Mary. And it just, it opens up the questions to it. She also claims she's never kissed someone, which, I mean, I'm not one to like make the virgin accusation, but at 25, if you've never even had a kiss, like that's a little sad. But the second one is this post that she had made back in November. As a mother that financially struggles every month, can't afford to buy their kids the newest toys and phones, can't take them out to the movies, zoos, trips, restaurants. It really hurt when someone told me he deserves better. I love my son to pieces and I'd do anything for him. I know we don't have the best heating at home. I know we often eat the same meals. I know we often just eat bread or ramen. I know other kids have piles of toys and we just have a box. I know. Everything I earn goes to my boy, and when I get, I'll refuse to get health care. In winter, I refuse getting warm clothes for myself. I want to give him all I have, even if it's not fancy. I do it with love. I'm sorry I can't give you the life you deserve. You deserve more than the universe can give you. You deserve everything. I hope you know I love you, and all I've ever done is out of love for you. Everything loses its meaning if it's without you. You're the reason for me to keep going and fight for tomorrow. You're the reason I won't give up on my dreams and make this happen so we can get into a better place with you by my side. I'll always be all right. I wouldn't be here anymore if it wasn't for you. You're my light in the dark, my world. You saved me and I'll always protect you.
Okay, so I got words because as a mother, one, girl, there's such thing as a diary. Don't post about your kid on Twitter where people will heavily scrutinize you and keep tabs on you, my dude. And it's like, okay, because from what I've been sent from her Discord, public Discord, all publicly viewable, and especially after she was telling people, to see what I'm about, go to my Discord. People did that. People took that to heart. With the expensive ass PC that you have, if you're struggling with money, sell it. With the very expensive things that you're buying, don't buy them, sell them. And Mizu will bring up the screenshots that I was sent, because the only spoiler that I will give for it is that she's trying to buy like vintage Disney things for like 1,000 euros or whatever Belgian money is.
She also
For the
has.
child?
Well, no, this came up. She also has a throne that is listed as like for her and her kid. Isn't it like Mommy Shark and Baby Shark or something?
Yeah, but it's like for the thing with the collection for the kid, I didn't notice this. But if you look at the actual link name itself for the collection, it says makeup.
If you look at it, there's basically nothing on her throne for the kid. Which,
I'm sorry.
because the thing is, like, yeah, some of the stuff that goes on your throne is stuff your fans put there. But if you were, like, actually this concerned about your child getting things, I feel like you would be looking through, like, listings to add to your throne for your kid, not waiting for your fans to do it. Like, for us, a lot of us wait for our fans to add stuff to the throne because, you know, that's just, we like your suggestions. It's fun. It adds to the interactivity a bit. For her, she's supposedly trying to help her kid. So I wouldn't be waiting for my fans to do that. I would be doing it every day myself.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was financially struggling as much as she is, I wouldn't be buying a VTuber model, wouldn't be buying art every week. I wouldn't be having this expensive ass computer. I would be selling it for money. It's like, she reminds me of those welfare moms that will use food stamps to buy junk food for their kids and give them the bare minimum and then spend hundreds of dollars on themselves.
It's one of those things where it's like
the ghetto welfare mothers.
It's one of the things, right, where she actually is a mother, and I think she's a shit mother. Or this whole thing is a lie, and we'll get into it later, but there's a possibility she's using a close acquaintance's child to make it look like she has a kid.
Oh, when you told me that, like, that grossed me out so much. I was like...
That's a possibility. It's not proven.
I hope that's actually the case, because if she does actually have a child, like... Is it mean for me to say that maybe the child needs to be removed?
Yes.
Because this just kind of sounds like child abuse.
It's not mean to say. I honestly think, again, if she's struggling this much with putting food on the table, the Belgian equivalent of CPS needs to get involved.
It would be a little different if it was her actual child and they did not have like a severe disability that needed a lot of help. But it's supposedly an adopted child that is severely disabled and needs a lot of care. I would not leave the child with that mother at that point.
And you guys said it was severe autism?
Severe autism to the point where he's nonverbal, still wears diapers, and gets so anxious that he needs to have a stroller.
At 7 years old.
That is very depressing.
I don't know. You're the TISM expert. How do you feel?
So...
No, that could be a thing for, like, TISM. Like,
I know.
Low functioning.
Yeah, for low functioning people. Thank you for adding that.
Well, remember, it's a spectrum. And we've talked about this before. Eventually, all disabilities will be considered autism.
Yeah. No, but, like, it is really sad, knowing just, like, a couple steps to the right of me would definitely need care like that. It takes a lot for a parent to like get a child that is even high functioning to be an upstanding adult, and that requires a good diet as well. And it just does not sound like this woman has it together. I don't know.
It's just like I've seen parents post about like their severely autistic child at about like this age or older. And they're like less disabled or challenging than this child, to the point where they sent them to care homes because they were not equipped to take care of that child. And they couldn't afford to have a live-in nurse.
I'll tell you right now, my mom almost did that with me because I was a pain in the ass between 9 to 12.
It's like
kids are like demons, all right?
Yeah. It's just like, if this child is adopted, she's obviously not equipped to handle him. She needs to give this child to a more equipped family that can actually do this. And if the child is actually hers, then she needs to get her shit together. She needs to stop pursuing this VTuber thing until she is financially stable. Get a second job. Get a third job even. But if you're not doing anything with the VTubing and trying to make a passive income, you're literally wasting your money.
Artemis says, for 5, Remus fans are built different, suggesting tubs of powdered horse electrolytes, butt plugs, and Vouch-associated toys in her throne.
That sounds about right.
Mercenary for 2, I'm high functioning, and I struggle with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Even if you do grow up and you're able to leave the house and live on your own, it is a lifelong struggle.
But there were other criticisms in here of her from the same person. This is the autism speaking, right? So apparently, Finnya has this really weird habit of not putting a space between thank you. And if it was once or twice, I would be like, okay, like they just forgot to hit the space. As you can see on the screen, it is basically every post. She has never said thank you as 2 words. It has always been thank you as 1 word for some reason.
That is weird.
And in her hospitalization tweet, she ends it with thank you 1 word.
Oh.
And that's not a normal thing. Like, nobody really says thank you as 1 word, but she does it constantly. So that's just, like, this just kind of shows all of it. Thank you. It's on VGen. Thank you. And she included it in... Huh?
Spain, thank you for 1 month. Reminds me of my friend's baby mama. She had custody of their son. He was 4, didn't know how to read, no confidence, and no friends. She's in jail now.
Eesh. Rough.
Yikes. I hope that kid's doing better.
I think this is another one of the typing quirks things. Yeah. So this person also comments, this was actually commented in her original thread, and I think Occo noticed this. She doesn't say the word intent. She says the word intend. She has a very bad habit in her other tweets of saying intend when she means intent.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she said intend multiple times in her thread. This person specifically shows a couple other times where she says, read about in the post you downloaded from for more info. As I said, I wish no ill intend to anyone who started claims. This is kind of like the weird part with her hospitalization thread, is when you have like these weird typing quirks that are so hyper specific that most people don't have, it's kind of hard to convince people that like it was your friend doing it.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's an autocorrect that her phone keyboard learned? Autocorrect can help with non-words. It can't typically help with actual words. Like, if you are consistently messing up an actual word, autocorrect doesn't tend to learn that out.
And also, if it is autocorrect with her phone, then it's her phone, not her friend's.
Yeah. It was just kind of funny. But about 6 hours after all of this, Finnya returns. And the first thing she addresses is the Yumi thread where Yumi talks about her kid. She starts with, you can hate me, make posts about me, and say all you want, but don't involve my son in it. First off, don't involve your kid in your online activities if you don't want people to ask questions. I am a
because
huge...
they will.
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate of never mentioning your kids online. You can mention that you, like, have them, but, like, don't get specific. Don't tell people where your kids go to school. You typically shouldn't be, like, telling people, like, if your kids have mental illnesses or stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they're kids.
Or their names.
Definitely not their names. It's typically just bad for kids. But once you do start mentioning you have kids, you now open yourself up to questions.
Yep.
I can't believe people are making fun of poverty and people who can't afford meals all the time, and also drag people's kids in their hate campaigns. Just because I don't have the greatest financial doesn't mean my parenting has to be shit on. You opened up yourself for questions when you said you're a mother who feeds your kid bread and ramen.
It's like, it's funny because I don't know if you got into the nitty gritty of some of the replies to her. But when someone said, like, oh, you literally said that you can only feed your kid bread and ramen. She said, I never said that. And then they posted a screenshot saying you literally said that. And then she never responded to them and just blocked them.
Sounds about right.
Is she one of those people that will block people all the time if they
Recently,
they
yes.
own her? Lovely.
I don't like responding to drama or addressing it, but in my opinion, it goes a bit far to spread conspiracy over my son and talk down on people with poor financial status. I understand drama is the main entertainment on this app, but even then, there should be a limit. I know I'm not the brightest, which you certainly
yeah, we've learned that. We've learned that.
I would not personally ever admit that. I just say I'm autistic, and that seems to be good enough. Well, I don't know why people say. I don't know why people say, "Oh, I'm not the brightest," or "I'm kind of dumb."
Okay, Occo.
Mm-hmm.
I think your bulb flickers a little more than hers does.
What do you mean?
She said she's not the brightest. I said your bulb flickers a little more than hers does. I'm starting to regret saying that. Should I tone yours down a little bit more, Occo?
Yeah, I would take that back.
No, you need to.
I'm going to take it back.
A little bit tighter.
God damn it.
No,
you did it to yourself, Occo.
I'm not Alex Jones.
No, I'm not the brightest at all times, and I definitely make mistakes. A few days, I worded my words wrong and apologized for it. But I didn't deserve to get a hate train over it. I would not say you're getting trained over. That is very unfortunate word choice.
The wordplay is not smart.
Yeah. I often have a poor choice of words due to language boundary, but I try to improve and learn. My son is my light source, and I love him to pieces. I know it can be hard sometimes, but we always get through it all. He is indeed heavy autistic and isn't verbal, is 7 and still wears diapers too, and sits in a stroller. But what's wrong with that? Every day we try to work on his communication, and every day I would continue to fight for him. It often gets hard, draining even, to the point I suffer great exhaustion. But I wouldn't change him for the world. I love him for who he is. To those doubting I have a son, how about you join my Discord VC once? You'll hear him all the time in the back. In my community, I'm really open about him, and we talk about him all the time in chat and refer to him as Baby Shark. I show pictures when he received gifts on Throne. The community members I've met IRL have all met him too. He's not a secret.
This is getting too parasocial for me.
That's hyper parasocial, and that's extremely dangerous.
Yeah. That is
very
so fucking dangerous. It's like, okay, she's a special type of stupid.
I'm waiting. I've been listening to a lot of true crime stuff, and I'm waiting for this woman to show up in a true crime video because she's like showing her son too much on the internet. It's kind of terrifying.
She's too trusting of strangers on the internet to bring her alleged son with her. Because what happens if it's like some random dude, he knocks you out and takes your kid?
Also, who are you actually meeting up with?
Yeah.
Like, she has not been around that long, and she is comparatively not that big.
How many followers does she? I really haven't paid attention to this girl. How big is she?
She had originally shot up to like 10K in a couple days, and then immediately tanked back down.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a lot of people think she was botting her account.
Oh
you can buy about 10,000 followers for $130.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that, but seriously?
I mean, we don't know for sure, but it's kind of what people think.
My guess is that she bought it at least like 3/4 of them.
Yeah.
Occo listens to true crime.
It's been the thing that YouTube has recommended to me. I've scrolled out of Cyrax and gone straight to true crime.
This is samurai levels of oversharing. You know what? Are we sure this isn't somehow a samurai bow sheep?
Is her third account?
It's her third account.
Her third alternative account.
Real
you
quick.
Don't know which one is her main.
Real quick, some of the super chats. Farmer Jack, member for 1 month. I have relatives that don't even put their kids' pictures on Facebook. That's actually becoming very popular these days, to not put your kids online at all. Wolfsbane for 5. He's doing a lot better now. Complete personality change with lots of friends and can read and write. It's sad that his baby sister for dad to get custody. And then Mercenary for 2. Munchausen by proxy sounds like with her. I don't think it would be Munchausen by proxy. I think she's just lying for sympathy.
Yeah, I think she's just straight up lying. And also, it's like, okay, thinking about it. Because again, I got sent a lot of screenshots from her Discord. Mm-hmm. It's like she would say that like you can hear the kid in the background sometimes, like I guess talking. But I thought she said that he's nonverbal.
Well, I mean, nonverbals will still like make noises.
No, but like words.
Yeah, I don't think she said words necessarily. And when people...
I'll have to look at the Discord screenshots again. Because there's a lot.
Because normally when parents of like nonverbal autistic kids say talking, they do just mean like random noises.
Yeah.
Because that is actually progress for people who are nonverbal to have some level of like speech.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, meeting up and bringing your son to meetups is fucking weird and not safe.
Yeah.
Oh, she admits in here that she's not actually streamed. This is also why I have not streamed yet, which I have repeated many times. It's my dream to be a VTuber, and this community keeps shitting on me for not streaming. I know you look down upon me growing a big following without content, but I'm only trying. I try to make up for not having time to stream yet by commissioning art pieces for the community. I might not be good enough for you, but if I enjoy what I'm doing, that's all that matters. And when things settle down for my son, you'll see me on the purple app. Heart.
Okay, instead of buying commissions for art pieces, spend that money on food for your kid.
You know what this reminds me of? So this is something that I've noticed that's come over from the Twitter roleplay side. But what Twitter roleplayers would do is they would make an account, make a very detailed pin, and I mean very, very detailed. Like it's sometimes got multiple tweets going into it. And then they would just not tweet, but they would often get 10,000 followers. Because everybody loved their pin so much. That's how what V-tweeters remind me of. They get a lot of people following them, and then they just never stream. Or they never roleplay. And if they roleplay, they like roleplay a couple tweets. They're like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of this account. I'm going to make a new one.
You know,
happens all the time.
It's like I'm trying to figure out who her model artist is. It's like I know who rigged her model, and the rigging ranges from like $500 to $1,000, but like I don't know who made the model art, and so she kind of sucks for not crediting her model artist. But like
we will get into that later.
She posts all of this art, lots of new art pieces that probably cost like a pretty penny because they're pretty fucking detailed too. Again, don't waste money. Don't waste money on your goddamn art. Use it for your kid. Don't do anything content creation wise until you can afford it. Ooh, hold on. I found her VGen page. Does this person have prices? Commissions open DM via Discord. I'll have to look more. I don't see the model prices, but their regular prices range from $40 to a headshot for $100 for a full body.
We'll look back to it.
Yep. I'm gonna keep digging.
This person took a meme Sisocheck trend I made and took it serious. Started investigating, started talking about my son in a comical way for them. This isn't okay. Hate you all, but leave the kids out of this. First off, you involved the kid. Second off, you can't just say it's a meme. Because those are intended to be, like, truthful, right? Like, it's obviously the post is fun and it's a game. But the whole point is they're truthful. So you just kind of lied to everybody, is what you're getting at. I'm open to my community about my life, mental health, my son, my love life, sexual activities, and partners. That's why we all laughed in the comments and in the server about the peep. Nobody believing me. There's a difference between lying and making a community joke that's obviously not to take seriously. I get it. Negative posts about me are trending, so you want some of that interaction coming towards you, but this isn't the way. Some people just keep trying and digging to find new reasons to dislike me and start controversy. I hope one day people will try to get to know me before forming their judgment based on a post or video someone made about me. If you knew me, you'd find a friend for life. I beg those who hate me based on the posts or videos they see about me, learn to have an opinion of your own and get to know me, join my server, and let's hang out.
I will not be doing that.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with the kid thing. I'm not showing up to your server to talk to your kid.
Is her kid in the server?
No, just joins her in calls and stuff.
Supposedly. Allegedly. But, chat, you can see... Did I save the others? I did. There was more to this, because she just couldn't leave well enough alone. She had to continue, like, fighting with people. So she expanded into more posts. She has some of the Discord chat where we openly talk about my son. And I saved those as well. So she just searched for Baby Shark, because she calls her supposed child Baby Shark. These are just like every mention of Baby Shark, which is 172 messages in her Discord talking about her supposed child. This I found interesting. Sorry if it's random, Baby Shark has been drawing this strange thing everywhere, and I wonder if anyone knows what it means, what it's from. He's non-verbal, so I can't ask. I found it interesting because I'm pretty sure that she just did like a really crude drawing herself of the, what's her name, Hornet from Silk Song?
Yeah.
Hollow Knight. Because that's clearly what it is. It's just the female character from Hollow Knight. I just don't believe it. What?
Why?
Well, she's claiming her son did these. These are proof of her child. They also... Baby Shark is obsessed with this thing, and it's the Huggy Wuggy, which kids are obsessed with that thing for some reason. My dad had to buy his girlfriend's daughter one, because she was obsessed with them.
It's because it's mascot horror from a horror game.
Yeah. But this is like all of her proof that the kid exists is she constantly talks about him in the Discord. But the reality is that could easily be like part of the parasocialness. Oh, I'm a struggling mother. Give me money. Like, this doesn't really prove anything. It just kind of, if you are grifting, this is just more proof of your grift. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
She also said, shame on you for making fun of young moms as well. There's always circumstances you don't know about to those out there. I know you often get looked down on, but never let that get you down. You're amazing and take care of your little Baba. I'm a proud young mama.
Baba.
She would have been, if she, because she's trying to, like, I guess, claim that she actually had the kid, she would have been 17, which is not unheard of. My mom was 17 when I was born. 17 or 16, I can't remember. She was still in high school. Like, it happens, obviously.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense with all the other stuff Finny has said.
Okay, this is interesting because I decided just to look up the word combination Baby Shark on her Twitter. And apparently she used to call her fans and people who comment on her stuff Baby Shark. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah. That's odd.
And this is under some of her spicier posts too. And I'm like, that's fucking weird.
That's weird. And then, yeah, chat's already seen it's Lumi. Lumi just replied. Lumi just took a picture of the thread where they were talking about it. So, do you remember this at all? Because if this is true, it's a huge problem for sure. And Finny replied, my son is very much real. Join my server and hop in a VC with me right now if it makes you happy. And no, for the 10th time, I am not Small Lola on an undercover account, but I appreciate the concern.
Okay, it's like the thread that I took that screenshot from is actually a different thread. And also, it's funny. She says join in a call, whatever. But then she blocked me, so I'm like, okay. Which is why then I was like, okay, people are now sending me stuff from her Discord. Well, let me see if I can find that post. Give me a second. Not that one. Not that one. Because this was apparently from an old controversy, like her first controversy. All right. So, someone called Infinity Chaos said she made up her son story for donations, and the first time she caught heat for drama baiting. Then Yumi replied, "No, is there any proof of this? I mean, other than this, I guess she could have lied on the say-so test and had the kid when she was 17. I don't want to pry, but holy crap, everything looks so sussy." Infinity says she deleted it by now, unfortunately, but I can check if anyone archived it. It was closer when she first came around. I remember it well because she was being connected to the small Lola person at the time. So, yeah.
Yeah,
so
we kind of talked about at the start.
She did that.
We talked about it at the start, but people believe that she was small Lola, which let me believe she's not. I'm kind of on the fence about it still.
We can watch the video that I linked to you, and just so people can hear the voice as well.
I'm not convinced.
Have you listened to the video?
No.
Well then, listen to the video.
Listen, I'm just gonna lay it down. I'm not convinced.
Some people aren't good with voices, LumLum.
That's fair.
Yes, I am also facially blind.
Fair. But after all of this, some old allegations came back up. Courtesy of Zan, or that's who I found it from. I had actually remembered this. I'd talked about this, I think, personally on my Twitter. I don't know if we ever talked about it on stream. But this was the supposed model artist for Lola. And they said, POV, you make a VTuber model, send the sketch, not Lola, Finnya. I'm going to fuck myself up now. POV, you make a VTuber model, send the sketch and never get paid. Now your stolen design is everywhere without credit. Blocked and banned just from mentioning it looks a little bit too much like Shy Lily, who was the inspiration all along. And from this artist, I have the picture of all of her things. These were kind of the examples that were being provided of like what they wanted the character to look like. And you'll notice this person down here is called You. Finnya claims this person is straight up just not her at all. So this person was commissioned for a character that looks almost identical to Finya's at the same time Finnya was getting their character made.
You know, I really wish the person brought up like the actual Discord profile pop-up so we can compare usernames or user IDs for Discord.
That would have been helpful, yeah. But this is the artist tells Finnya that basically the silhouette looks identical to Shy Lily's because it did. And Finnya just replies, there are no similarities. Been really careful to tick off all boxes. So this is going to come down to like what you believe and what you don't. If you believe that this other Discord person is not an alt account of Finnya, even though the model ended up basically the exact same as hers in every way, then like there's nothing here, basically. But if you do believe it, then Finya's lying about trying to look like Shy Lily because it was provided as a specific example, including up here you can see small Lola was included as an example in the top left.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the reasons why people thought Finnya was small Lola, because not only did they provide Shy Lily as an example, they provided small Lola as an example, and this was done like a week or so after small Lola disappeared.
It's like, okay, Lola may be a little stupid, but I don't think she's stupid enough to bring up a supposed kid. If she would have, like, if this is her, she would have brought up kid for pity posting during her second or third call out.
Oh, I agree.
Which is understandable. But this was the response that Finnya had provided. And you can see the her model versus the sketch that the artist had originally provided. Finnya says, "Hey there, this is a word for all VTubers that have ever went through this. Someone, an artist, recently got banned in my server for harassing me for stealing Shy Lily's design. Unfortunately, something every CTuber has to go through. But then they claim the design belonged to them and are getting quite the traction off of it. They posted an overlap."
Real quick.
Yep.
Real quick before we go on. Have either of you gotten compared to Shy Lily?
No.
I don't think so because I'm an octopus.
I
That's
sure
kind of a-
haven't.
The
That's
only
kinda
people
difficult.
I've ever seen compared to him are Finnya and Small Lola.
Yeah. It's like, heck, I haven't been compared to any other VTuber besides the name Lumi, but that's just the name, not the design.
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten design comparison to other VTubers?
No.
No, absolutely not.
So, yeah, no, this seems like a you problem, Finnya.
And maybe that means that you should have made a more unique model.
I was called Marina too, which is very bizarre to me.
Yeah, that's just for other reasons.
Yeah.
But they said they posted an overlap sketch they made and made it very blurry to deceive people to make you think it's traced. This was brought to my attention, and normally I don't like getting into drama posting about it, but I want to clear the air and show you a side-by-side comparison, one that this person is not giving you. Somebody in the comments, by the way, did point out that it's very interesting that when doing a side-by-side comparison, instead of just pulling up her model, she opened it in VTube Studio and posed it so that it would look sideways instead of looking straight on like the picture. Likely to prevent like overlapping it. She said, "It's a very bad look on them as an artist to go after people claiming a design belongs to them just out of spite because of your success post on Twitter. Never let anyone get you down, okay?"
Oh,
Here's
boy.
here's a side-by-side breakdown of both designs, a clear breakdown that you deserve, where you can clearly see it has no similarities other than being a shark, which is not a concept that belongs to anyone. I wish no ill or hate towards this artist creator, but making a false hate post out of pettiness and jealousy is not really the way to go, and I have to clear the air. I will also add their blurry overlay from their post in case this gets deleted on their end. I'm sorry to anyone who has to go through this. By the way, the artist never deleted their post. I checked. It is still up as of today.
And I think, if I remember right, Finnya actually deleted like all of theirs.
It's a possibility.
People are archiving this like crazy because she has a habit of deleting things.
Seems like the same passive-aggressive garbage she pulled with the hospital tweet. Yeah, it's very passive-aggressive, and it's definitely not helpful. I will say, like, this artist thing, if this was, like, years apart, that might be suspect. It was literally within the same, like, week. And it's just really curious.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess.
Like, it's entirely possible that Finnya has the most unfortunate, unlucky timing of any CTuber that has ever existed. But for it to happen, like,
But-
numerous times over and over and over again, at some point it's like, okay, I think some of this has to be true. And she just says all of it's fake.
Yeah, I don't believe her.
Mm-hmm.
At least part of it has to be fake.
Yeah. Where did I put it? Here it is. Her original post here.
Oh boy.
Yep. I gotta edit my thing here. I haven't put my Google Docs source on my Elgato yet. So this was the original post that she had made. She did show the overlay, which, in my opinion, looks kind of close. I forgot Twitter doesn't like you zooming in. It just kind of screws up.
If you do right-click, open image in new tab.
Yeah, I could do that. Either way, it's fine. Nope, go back. Because I brought this up because she had added multiple other things. Unfortunately, you will always get haters. You will always have people looking down on you. You will always have people hating you for your successes and achievements. Pray you never let anything like this tear you down. This person posted lies based on jealousy and spite and didn't have any proof to back up their story. So as I mentioned, made a very vague overlay claiming it belongs to them and that I'm an asshole for not crediting them properly. And unfortunate part of their Twitter community is that everyone always believes everything without looking into it. God, this situation makes me feel so sick. Honestly, I hope this post reaches the people who sent me hate on her behalf and saw her post. Please help me and retweet the post above, not this one, so this can get visibility and clear the air for me. I'm a pre-debut VTuber and worked really hard on my community build so far. It's unfair, but we will get through this. Just keep swimming. And then she posts
I hate it when people keep
the overlay comparison.
I hate old quotes when people pull out shit like that from like
Yeah.
Finding Dory. Come up with something original, please.
Says, I'm adding something else as people are defending, saying, oh yeah, but the body face proportion is completely traced. The boobs have the same size. Here is a factual overlay of both designs where I matched both heads and feet of the two designs, where it's very clear not even a piece of the body proportions is the same. A body shape does not belong to anyone, neither does a boob size. This is mad crazy. Almost all female VTubers have a similar body size, shape, have bigger chest. The fact we're already down to claiming the female body belongs to someone just reached very low. I understand you defending creators you love, but this has to be a limit to it before it becomes crazy. I hope this clarifies even more for those confused. When she says stuff like this, she just sounds absolutely schizophrenic. Oh, they're claiming they own a body type. That's not what they fucking said. You know that's not what they said.
Okay. I'm finally like going through her media tab and looking for like the prices of every artist she's commissioned and stuff. And one piece of art that she got done was $200. Another one for a your character here, like a super tiny one, was about $40.
I think we know why she's eating ramen and bread with her kid.
Let's see. Of course, there's no art credit for this one. How much is this one? Let's see. It's like, okay. Oh, another one. This one was $150. Let's see, what else is there? Just basically, she's not skimping out on prices of of commissions. That's for sure. Yeah, you're really eating table scraps there. Really eating table scraps, man.
I need to scoot Lumi's room over a bit. There we go.
Are we still working on the new overlays?
Huh? What?
Where are we still going to work on a new overlay?
Yeah, I have an idea for it.
Okay.
Finnya says, about the payment. More context for those who wanted. The Discord account she claims that has commissioned her does not belong to me. I've never contacted this artist and never will. I sincerely apologize if it upsets anyone for not paying an artist I did not commission. And in the screenshots they've provided so far, it is clear as well there was no payment agreement between them. By the way, this is not how this works necessarily. Like, if someone was doing you a sketch, you can't just take it and take it to somebody else, right? It's very odd, by the way, if she's claiming this person just straight up isn't her, that she's then going, oh, also there was no agreement about payment anyways, so doesn't matter. Like, that's the allegation would be you got the sketch and you ran with it, which you can't do. If there's no agreement by payment, it means you do not own the sketch.
A lot of people would blacklist you on the fucking spot for that.
Yeah. Addressing her screenshots and some that have been sent to me, this artist agreed for a base rough line sketch to determine with their customer whether or not they wanted to have this artist as their client. The customer did not seem pleased with the result of the sketch and decided to move on. Both agreed to. As I was writing this, the other person reached out to me with info providing that this was a stated gift design for someone else, and after the sketch it would be paid if the commission goes through. It was agreed that the sketch would be free and the payment would start once it was agreed to proceed. That's not really what the sketch being free means. It doesn't mean you get to keep it. She is now using this payment false context as she's fumbling on the design stealing part. It went from accusing me stealing their design and tracing it to then saying it's actually the boob shape plus face shape plus proportions plus boob size that was traced. When proven wrong, suddenly it's about the payment with more fake news. Never trying to take someone else down, tear someone else down out of jealousy, anger, pettiness, and especially not based on lies because you will fumble. This is the last I will say on this. And then she provides some screenshots. This is the artist, Melisune. And then the black account is the person that they are talking to. Hello, thank you for the reference. I will have to take 1/3 of the payment up front, though. Since the sketch required at least an hour of my time already, thank you for understanding. Once the payment is cleared, you can continue. The person says, I would really like the sketch to be finished first. I could pay you for the sketch if I end up not really liking it, I guess. I understand your point, though. You don't want to do it for nothing, but like you agreed to wanting to sketch first. My bad. Please let me know if you're still willing to or not, because I have other artists that I'm ignoring in DMs. Is up to you, though. No pressure. I would never say that to an artist. I feel like if I said that to an artist, the proper response from the artist would probably be, well, go talk to them then.
You know, it's like Mizu may be a certified hater when it comes to some artists, but he at least knows not to do this.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out that Finnya is claiming that the person sent her these messages. So the person is in contact with her, clearly. And is just sending her all their DMs. Or that's just her alt account. In this, with no evidence at all, they claim that because this message was edited, that they actually said, hello, I did say yes to finishing the sketch. That's my bad. She's claiming that it makes more sense if this says did instead of didn't. Which, I don't... Maybe this is like her not understanding English like she claims, but did and didn't can pretty easily be exchanged in a sentence without much issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, they said, hello, I did say yes to finishing the sketch. I meant for the 3 parts payment, which that doesn't really make sense. But I usually only take it up front, then I do the sketch. I only started the sketch because you said to send the PayPal. I guess you could contact the other artist, sorry. They send like this screenshot, which is, I'll try and see if I can see it better, but I think it's just going to be too small. Yeah, it's too small.
No, yeah,
There's no way I'm going to be able to read it.
The artifacting is too bad.
Sorry, chat, that one's just too small. That's not going to happen. They quoted that, and then Melusine says, I meant that for the 3 parts, as I said, my bad, ? He says, yeah, it's up to you. Was going to say $100 for the sketch if you decide not to make you my artist, but if you don't feel comfortable anymore, I'll continue with the other artist then. And they say, okay, good luck to you.
$100 for a sketch. Fucking hell.
Oh, look, they posted it. Good. Says you can send me your PayPal. Is it okay to pay in 3 parts? After finished sketch and deciding to go through, then pay when art is done, then pay the end before receiving finished. And they said, yes, of course, that's completely okay. And then this person says, can I see your art? I want to commission to surprise someone as a gift. Melusine says, yes, of course. I actually have a website, some of my old models. This is the evidence that it was a gift piece. That doesn't necessarily prove anything, because part of the allegation is that you're just lying through your ass through these.
Yeah.
So this comes down to like a he said, she said. If you believe that this person that is accused to be her is completely honest in everything they do. And then Finnya ends all this with, I'm honestly so sad to see the extend. There we go. She cannot say the word extent at all. That's weird, actually, because that's the other one was intent, so she can't say extent or intent.
Maybe she's allergic to teas.
I get. Well, she said the first T in it.
The end of the T.
I'm honestly so sad to see the extend people go to try and tear other people down out of jealousy. This is the third time she said this in this thread, by the way. I will be deleting most of my comments on other posts that have media, as I don't want this situation to clutter my profile. I know people will start saying she's deleting it because she knows she's wrong, but I'm aware that every person with a brain will clearly see I haven't been in the wrong and that this was unfortunately a big drama bait to tear me down. People saw me celebrate 6K and decided to target me with false claims, and each time the claims got proven wrong, some new claim was pulled out, and even one saying, the boobs are traced. I stretched the boobs to overlap and they match. Meanwhile, most female VTuber have the same body shape, boob shape, face shape. It's crazy people would claim a boob size belongs to them. I'm really sad this creator got upset over me growing as a VTuber and decided to go on with Twitter drama. But I also want to genuinely apologize for giving it attention. A story always has two sides. Remember that before sending hate to someone. So I actually kind of said this in my post about her hospital thing. So many of, and that's a reason I think her hospital post was definitely her. She has this really bad habit of talking like, look upon my high horse and feel bad for how beneath me you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like read through like all of this. It's like, I am so much better than all of you. You are all just jealous of how great and wonderful I am. And I am just so popular that people want to be me. Like, that's... What the fuck, hun? Shut up.
She is a V-tweeter of the highest degree.
Exactly. It's definitely giving narcissism vibes. I do not know the creator, and I've never personally interacted with them, but it's safe to say after all this, I won't. I will also block them, because they're the same person who came to harass me before about being a Shy Lily copy. I will point out that she has never provided evidence of that. Other than the artists themselves giving that one tweet where all they said was your silhouettes match, she has never come forward with like a bunch of messages about this person harassing them.
Yeah.
So it's funny, in her words, she is offended by her own design. I don't wish this creator any ill, and please don't send any hate their way. My Discord has been getting trolled by their fans, so I also closed the Discord invites indefinitely. I hope they can learn from this event and can also grow as a person, because making it your mission online to try and tear people down just because they grow quicker or a different pace, tearing people down because you don't agree with them or don't like them, is never the way to go. If you genuinely like the design, if you genuinely think the design is stolen, even after seeing side by side in detail, broken down and overlaid, then that's totally on you. I know who my artists are, and I love them to bits for helping me achieve my dreams. I will close replies to this post and do the needed steps to preserve my own mental health. I love all of you, and please remember to never let others get you down. You're worth way more than that. Just keep swimming. And as you can see, she stops there. That's the last one in her thread.
Yeah, that really didn't get much interaction, did it?
Which drama was this one again?
This is...
Sorry, I'm just kind of like having trouble following.
This is the original drama she was in.
Okay, so this is when she first got attention then.
Yeah, this is when she was first coming out and people were saying her model was stolen from an artist. But this is an allegation that kind of resurfaced because of all this stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you guys think about that little essay?
Boring.
There's a lot of nothing.
I've seen better written by others.
Yeah. I will say that is all I specifically had. I kind of wanted to go over the basic stuff for her. And I didn't really like expand into all the other stuff that Lumi was digging into.
Well, we can pull up the video that I sent so people can actually hear her voice and judge for themselves if they think for some reason she is small Lola.
If you really want them to hear her voice.
Because it's like, apparently she did this like little rant video in December. So apparently she had a whole nother little whining and kicking when she posted another sympathy post saying, when you lose your love for video games because your friends only bash you for being bad at them and laugh at you all the time, I lost the will to even launch any game anymore, and I'll probably never stream games, LMAO. I thought games were about having fun. And then she posted, please invite me to your friend group/servers. Would I be welcome there? It's been really hard to make friends. I'm starting to lose motivation for everything. I hope I could find a space for me somewhere, someday. And then she posted this video.
It's really weird that she always does this, like, group/servers thing. Like, whenever she wants to do multiple things, she'll do, like, space/space.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds almost like a bot wrote it. Like, a normal person was...
Like ChatGPT.
Like, do you know any spaces I could hang out in? They wouldn't say, please invite me to your friend group/server.
It's like, friends!
Yeah. Like, it genuinely, it sounds like a robot said it.
Mm-hmm.
I need friend.
Any friend.
But here, chat, let me want you all to hear her voice. So those of you can decide if you think she sounds like Small Lola or not.
I had to reply with the video because you already read enough of my yapping and I don't want to be...
We're not watching all of this, by
it
the way.
does sound like her.
I'm going to rant for a bit and I will lose my train of thought. I apologize beforehand and please don't feel bad for cutting out at any time. First of all, I want to apologize for being a bit negative or sad lately. Spreading negativity is not something I want to be known for, and I understand it can get a bit annoying. I'm really sorry that so many of you could relate to this.
I will say, this was at the middle of December of last year. Super weird that her model is this far along and finished, and she's not streamed once yet.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird. Also, yes, it's quiet. This is maxed volume on everything on my computer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, that's as loud as it is.
Hold on here. I'll post the direct link for you guys, if you guys want to listen to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. Lumi says it does not sound like Small Lola.
It's like that. There's certain little tinges in her voice that doesn't sound quite the same as Lola. It could just be a because I think Lola said that she's German, right? And this chick is Bulgarian.
I could be very racist right now.
Lola goes by Lola Niaz now.
Yeah, we'll start with that. Oh, I'm dumb.
Lolo Niaz.
Shh.
La 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 la.
Are we gonna catch her live?
No.
No, that'd be funny
She's
though.
a fluffy dolphin.
I see. Does she delete all her videos?
Do that!
So at least Lola is starting to actually talk in a louder voice.
That was 4 months ago.
Yes, but like she's been streaming recently though, so it's like unless she privates all of her VODs, then I don't fucking know.
This is... Here we go.
Oh, there you go. Past live streams.
You look after yourself, okay? Some pink hair would look cute. No! I will never change my colors, okay? Never! I will forever be the purple and yellow dolphin of Twitch, okay?
So what do you think, chat?
That I made, because I know this isn't a fun feeling, and I wish none of you would have to be able to relate. However,
Here, I will see if I can... I don't think I can make it louder. Yeah, I have it like proper maxed.
All of you have.
She was
gotten
really
so
trying to
much
do the Lily
information.
voice. Yeah, I think
Hi.
Finnya
Yes,
is really
me.
trying to do
It's
the Lily
important.
voice.
I will never change the colors of myself. Hi, long twin tails would be super cute. That would be cute actually, yes. Maybe like the axolotl design. Like
She still sounds so close to fucking.
It's like, at least it doesn't sound like she's forcing the accent now.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, Lola sounds more like Fuamoko. I've never heard Fuamoko before, so I'll take your word for it.
Bow bow.
Now we just know
It's
to
small
catch her
Lola
doing
glomp
womp womp. That was one of the
Glomp.
complaints with Small Lola early on, was a lot of people were saying she was even copying Shy Lily's inflection. It wasn't just
Yeah.
like a model, it was literally everything. Even some of her art was very similar, like in composition.
Yeah.
People just said that she was like gimping her whole thing. Which didn't help when she disappeared. Finnya popped up a week later and had a very similar model. And was also trying to do the Shy Lily thing. And it's like, it's weird. And you both sound very similar. And you're both claiming to be from very similar areas of the Earth, or very close areas of the Earth. It's weird. A lot of coincidences all at the same time.
Yeah. And now for the other stuff, you know how she says that she's scraping for money month to month. She is eating literally bread and ramen noodles with her kid and shit. I will post these in shooting the shit. Give me a moment.
Did you want me to
upset?
open those eBay or whatever the offerings they
Yes.
are?
Yes, open those.
Oh.
So it's hard to see, chat, but this is a picture from Finnya in the background. Says the vintage seller just sent this. She's making an offer on something that's like 1,100 euros.
Don't forget, really scraping for money there.
Now, it could be a gift. Somebody could have gifted her the money. Maybe she is an Uber simp. I don't know.
I would use that money to get food for my kid, maybe buy in bulk.
What is this other thing?
Another vintage item post.
Why does it keep opening on the wrong page?
I don't know.
They sent me an offer to lower it to 755. However, and then I can pull up the full one. Ready to check out. Seller offer 755. Here's your chance to get this item at a great price. Postage 65. Duties and fees 58. US 158.55. Total 1,037 US dollars for an Anastasia music box. So it's a really expensive loaf of bread.
It is a very expensive loaf of bread. And it's like, okay, I don't know if you guys would know more about this than I would, because I don't keep track of Uwu Market because I mostly have most of their posts muted. But did they open up their partnership applications to literally anybody? Or is it still you have to message them and they'll maybe get back to you?
Well, I know, and I'm not going to say who because I don't want to out them, get them in trouble. But I know somebody who has a merch deal with them, and they told me they don't just accept anybody. You have to just write up an email, and they might accept you if they think you're interesting.
Well, apparently, Finya's managed to get a partnership with Uwu Market by literally doing nothing.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'll have to follow
And
up
before
with
she
my
says anything,
contacts.
chat, this isn't like jealousy. This is just like genuine confusion. Like, what is the business getting out of somebody that has zero content? Like, I understand she has like a Twitter following, like kind of analogous to like mine, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't go anywhere.
Mizu, don't shortchange yourself. You have way more content that you offer just through your tweets than this woman does.
I mean, fair, but like, Twitter is a very insular space.
Yeah, it is.
I think about it like TikTok, right? Because we talk about this every once in a while, but views are worth different things on different platforms. So like, if you get like 1 million views on TikTok, that's not even worth like 1,000, 2,000 views on YouTube, because TikTok is just so diluted. It's the same with Twitter, right? Like 6,000, 7,000 Twitter followers. That's not even worth like 100, 200 YouTube followers, really.
Yeah.
Because Twitter has like no proper monetization. If you do get monetized, it only works for people who are also monetized and verified. Like, it's not a platform that you can really do anything with necessarily.
Yeah.
So I don't see like what business would look at it and be like, yeah, that's all we needed.
I don't know.
I'm not saying they didn't. Either she lied to staff or she's lying about her followers about getting the partnership. It's a possible either way.
But the thing about the partnership is that she claims that she's getting the merch done in March.
Yeah.
And another thing that was a bit of a red flag that I was sent from her Discord was she lives with roommates, which makes me think that, like, since she claims that you can hear a child in the background when she is in voice call, I believe that child could probably be one of her roommates. So she wouldn't be necessarily lying about a kid being there, but she could be lying about the kid being hers.
Yeah, she says in her Discord, "House is upset. I seem to be ruining people's privacy." Somebody replies, "Damn." She says, "I thought it was funny." People reply, "Damn, oof." She says, "I needed to ask if anyone took screenshots because they will make me shut down my page. I also have to apologize for being in call with them in the same room."
So it's like, what about your roommates can control you shutting down your page?
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make sense.
It is.
That was very interesting. And don't forget, her Discord is still open. People can look in there because she said, join my Discord and look if you want to see what I'm about. And I'm like, yeah, people are looking and people are sending. And another thing somebody sent is, man, I wish I had a nice computer like that.
We're not rating
Really
her computer setup. I mean, I can pull it up if you want.
You don't have to if you don't want to. But that's an expensive fucking setup. It's, again, if you're scraping for food,
A cat
sell
definitely
it.
looks like $5,000.
I
And
didn't
then
realize
also-
she has an Alice figure in her computer. You see it?
Oh, yeah. That's not cheap.
That's a good, like, $200, $300 figure.
It looks like she also has a Hatsune Miku figurine in there too.
And she's got like a paw print rest for her arm.
Everything is nice
To
and
be fair,
color
those typically
coded.
aren't that expensive. You can get those for like $20.
Yeah.
Still, if you're scraping for money, this is like a lot of this shit is not a priority.
Yeah.
Like,
And then another thing that was just weird because of her her Discord name itself is really weird. Because, every other VTuber would have, like, their handle or their VTuber name as their Discord handle. She does not. She just has random letters.
QSWP. This is weird.
It's all just so weird. It's like, I don't know if it's supposed to mean something, but like, I don't know. It's just fucking weird to me. She has the most generic e-girl setup. Don't forget, she's very poor and living off of bread and ramen noodles.
Her and her kid are living off bread and ramen noodles. Yes.
Again, it's like, if she actually cared about that kid and doesn't want to struggle on bread and ramen noodles, sell your expensive stuff. People will buy it very quickly. And then you won't have to live on bread and ramen noodles. Then pick up a second job and then actually focus on the kid. Not wanting to be a V-tweeter, eventually being a VTuber. That you put away for later. You don't have to delete your socials, but get off of them and take care of your kid.
Like, I'm allowed to be poor
in Belgium.
What?
You're poor
Are you serious?
No, it doesn't.
I was about to say, Azahara, please stop.
Don't listen to everything Azahara says.
I know.
The chat lies to you, Lumi.
I know.
Lies in Belgium. I got you.
I was gonna say something and now I forgot. You guys continue. I'm trying to remember.
Maybe everything in the photo she posts is stuff her roommate has, including the kid.
Oh gosh.
Possibly. Who knows?
Oh, it's just kind of abhorrent, in my personal opinion. Like, excuse me. I'm like watching my mom be a single parent with the amount of kids that she did. It's kind of abhorrent to see this woman begging for money, and she's not even taking care, quote unquote, not taking care of her own child.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah, it's just sad, really, honestly.
Very sad.
We're not telling you guys to believe anything. We're saying there's a lot of questions.
I believe she a hoe.
She for streets.
She's for
Yeah.
It's like from what I've seen, and her post history in her own Discord server. What I've been sent hasn't even scraped the surface, because she has like 320 something pages worth of messages she has sent. So that is still actively being raked through right now.
She sends a lot of messages, chat.
And so it's like, if anything else interesting gets sent my way, I will be sure to archive it.
Sorry, I'm like a little restless tonight.
That's
you're
fair.
fine. It's getting late anyway, and I think we talked about most of everything.
Yeah, did you wanna touch on Rev says Desu getting in a slap fight with a perpetual victim?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, we
with
all
your
commented on
favorite
that.
perpetual victim?
My favorite
Yeah,
professional
that.
victim. I think I bookmarked their tweet. I will
I
double
was-
check.
I was one of the replies to his tweet, and I think she was referencing me when she replied to him.
Here we go. So, chat, here it is. I will say, don't think Rev had the best, response, but her response makes him look like he has a billion IQ when he said this. She was getting mad at somebody. It's hard to see here, but she's talking about she was going to get into the this was 2 years ago. She's going to get into the VTuber awards, and she was going to make a big BLM Free Palestine speech on stage if she won. And then she has this other one where she's just posting lewds of herself, because she is a lewd tuber. And Rev says this is why nobody takes these activists in the VTubing scene seriously. She replies, "You are entitled to your opinion. I just don't think slut-shaming anyone is the move. You can talk about deep topics, have powerful opinions or conversations, and still have a healthy enjoyment of sex. I'd also like to point out I'm not an activist. Saying that takes away from the hard work and dedication of true activists deserve. But I will always stand with human rights. Thanks for reminding me." I will say, you can't say I'm not an activist when the quoted tweet is you saying if you win an award show, you're going to get on stage and be an activist.
That is activist behavior.
There was a fight going on originally in the whatchamacallit, in the Rev tweet, in the what do you call it? Why am I forgetting it? The community notes, where somebody says Aurora says she's not an activist. Here's a link to it. Rev is wrong about this. And there was like 20 notes, no notes needed, which says just because you say you're not an activist doesn't mean you're not acting like an activist.
Yeah.
It immediately got shut down.
Well, did you see my reply to this? Because I made a reply.
I did not.
So I replied saying, well, Rev, she's obviously not an activist. She's a slacktivist because she's not an activist. 100% not an activist with how she acts and what she does. Because a real activist would do more than the shit work that she does.
Why can't we slut shame? The true ones enjoy it anyways. Not a professional activist, but maybe an activist. Yeah. But they just got like this little slap fight. I thought it was funny. It's one of those things though where I genuinely don't really care all that much. I just like to take any chance I can to make fun of her because she's an idiot. She's been gone for like 7 months too. She said it was for medical issues. If it was for medical issues, sorry you went through that. That sucks. But it's not my job to care, question mark. You know?
Maybe don't come back, please.
Like, I always hate when people say that, like when they get criticized for something and they may go, well, I've had medical issues. Like, okay, yeah, a lot of us had. Life's rough for everybody. Did you two have any comments you wanted to make?
No, I think that she's a hoe, that she's for the streets, and that she should stop talking about stuff that she doesn't know anything about. Also, she is literally a V-tweeter with how many people actively watch her.
She just needs to relax.
Yeah, last time I checked, she like had less than 30 people that would watch her at a time, which is insane considering how big of a creator she is.
I just find her annoying. Like, I don't try and get too much into the V-tweeter thing most of the time. She's like, you're just kind of dumb. Didn't she stream like the other day? Yeah, she's just now coming back, is my understanding.
Yeah, I think she was gone for like 7 months.
That's her claim, yeah.
Well, if I remember right, I think she had surgery. I think so, yeah. Something like that.
Something along those lines.
Which, like, yeah, if it's, like, it sucks that you had to be away from that long, but it's not an excuse, really. Like, people always try to do this when they get called out on some of their behavior, and they try and make an excuse for everything. It's like, okay, well, that wasn't really the point, necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you mute the account, you move on, and you just don't give her attention.
Yeah. Supported the doxing of people who played the wizard game. I will clarify, she did not support the doxing, but she did say it wasn't a problem because there were bigger problems in the world.
She indirectly supported it.
Yeah. I've said this before, you can't say shit like that, and it immediately makes you look bad, no matter, like, what your reasoning is. She streamed her doing an Iron Mouse cosplay a couple weeks ago. Oh.
Boring.
I know she was inactive for, like, 7 months. I think she was just recently coming back a few weeks ago.
I don't know, if you're getting honest about the 7 months thing, that's what she says in her reply. She says, I was on a break for 7 months.
Because of major surgery. Okay, yeah, so I was right.
Yeah. Like, we're not making up that she was on a 7-month hiatus. That's what she said. So, I mean, if she wasn't, she's just kind of lying for sympathy then.
Yeah.
Most throat related because she strains her voice for that high pitch annoying voice.
I've never listened to this woman talk.
Fair.
Honestly, I don't listen to most VTubers talk. I just see them. I usually get annoyed and then I mute their accounts.
So that's why you won't reply to my messages. No, I'm just kidding.
I reply to you.
Yes, yeah, of course.
I don't reply to anybody.
I know. Mizu ignores me for months at a time. The only time I get his attention is if I'm like, oh man, I want to see what your new outfits look like. And he's like, oh look, this is what I look like. Yeah, you gotta stroke his ego a little bit, and he'll reply.
You gotta stroke something to get it out of me.
And then me and Lumi send emotes back and forth to each other.
Yes.
It's either the cat emote or the drink emote or the Rosa smoke emote.
Yep.
I think
Like a
my
mixture of
most
those
sent
three.
emote the last month is the salute.
Yeah, the salute's great. You need to get it redrawn with Mizu.
I do at some point. YouTube's doing that thing again where it doesn't want to let me click anything because it just offed itself.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know why it does this when I'm streaming. It doesn't even do it on my account. It only does it when I'm streaming from the T account.
Weird.
Very.
Okay, chat. It sounds like we gotta go because Akko's getting eepy.
No,
we gotta
can
go put
continue
baby to
going.
bed, chat.
We can continue going.
I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about right now.
Is there anybody streaming we should raid?
Chat, is there
Um,
anything that you think we should be talking about that we haven't had a chance to talk about? We'll give you a last call before we stop.
Let's see. The Almighty Lolly is live. Let's see. I always forget how to pronounce her name. Goro Gaumi is live.
I will let you
know.
lead the raid.
I know her from a time ago.
Wait, what's her name?
Goro Gaumi.
Hmm.
We can read out to her because she's playing her favorite husband simulator, the new like a pirate Yakuza game.
Mercenary for 5, Mizu, was that you doing the solo leveling manhwa? Seriously, it says your name in 3 places. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I never read the solo leveling thing. I never thought
It's
it was
the direct-
interesting.
Direct one.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Who is this? I don't think I've seen them before.
And she's great. She's funny.
Well, chat, we're gonna go watch a YouTube thought. So prepare yourselves.
She's not a YouTube thought. She's great. She's funny.
Be nice to them, chat. Did you guys
Oh
talk
my
about the Twitch
God.
highlight thing? Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Twitch is changing their rules. From now on, every account only has a certain amount of space they can take up.
100 hours.
Personally, that doesn't affect me because Twitch has been deleting my VODs after 5 days anyways, so I don't care.
Yeah, but for
Yeah,
people like
it's
Philza that have over 6K hours saved up, it really bothers a lot of people. So it's a very niche issue for very few people, but a lot of people are upset. The people who it does affect are upset with it.
Watch her and you'll recognize the voice. Yeah, her voice is very recognizable if you've watched some former content.
But yeah, the Twitch highlight thing is kind of whatever. Honestly, yeah, I feel like people should have seen this coming because Twitch was never trying to compete with YouTube on the upload thing. So like, yeah, sorry. Yes, no, don't be rude in raid messages because if you are, even as a joke, it makes all of us look bad.
Yes.
So be nice, be polite, and y'all have a good weekend. Night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Night.